Welcome back to our dragon-filled quest, and, I've got one thing to say to you. Guess what time it is? It's time for... the Fail Channel! Welcome, viewers, once again to the Fail Channel. And today we have a special treat for you, a super special extended edition. Yes, we have a special Fire Dragon-sized edition of the Fail Channel today, because we could not accommodate the sheer amount of failing this chapter caused in our regular schedule. Now remember what I said before about this chapter having reinforcements? Yes. I severely underestimated just how annoying the reinforcements would be. And, well, there was dying. Lots and lots of dying. If I would hazard a guess, I'm pretty sure I had to restart this part about 5 times. So, however, I decided that a few of these parts actually contained some fairly interesting moments, so I decided to share them with you. So without further ado, I give you the Fire Dragon Fail Archives. My first run was going particularly well, until it ended for this reason. Yeah, I kinda forgot about those reinforcements. Yeah, we were pretty much going down as it was, but doesn't mean we couldn't go down without a fight. Yes, by this point I was pretty much reaching my reset button, but Jaros was surprisingly awesome there. Sadly, that would not save him. For the second Wyvern, he wasn't quite so lucky. Yarr, so this be the obvious reward, despite performing admirably before. Yarr. I decided to keep the footage of that run, however, as that last-ditch attempt by Daros to save his own skin wasn't the only lucky critical I had in that run. Far from it, actually. Crit. 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 Not crit. I swear that Killerbo hates me. Wait for it. Crit. 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 And death. For those not keeping score, that was 6 criticals in the space of 8.5 minutes. And none of those were any higher than 15%. That's a pretty good turnout for a failed run, and I'm really frustrated that didn't end up being the successful one. But we have another failed run to show off. This one, also, because it contained a surprising amount of awesomeness before the inevitable failure. What is it with my mages in this playthrough stubbornly refusing to die? First it was Linda back in Chapter 3X, this time it was Elrond. So I had just saved my file, and was prepared to, trip the second reinforcement trigger point. I was sure I was prepared for the inevitable onslaught, getting ready for these enemies to move, and for the extra reinforcements to spawn. There, and there. But, in this one, Elrond decided, can't touch this, crit you! And again! Oh, nope, can't touch this! Crit time! Well, that wasn't quite a kill, but anyway. That was still pretty amazing. Well, will he repeat his performance against the Wyvern? Sadly not, but... no, he did some decent damage. I can always finish it off next turn anyway. So, right, let's just cut a bit here. finish off this guy. Finish off this guy. Now there's a chance that Elrond may be safe, provided he crits that Wyvern. The Fire Dragons will probably get him, but I want the Wyvern to die regardless. Sadly, it was not to be. You criticals all those enemies before, you just couldn't crit this guy, could you? Unfortunately, Militia was out of physics stars, but still Elrond managed one final act of awesomeness. Being brought down to 1 HP, just barely being to life, he manages to bring the Fire Dragon down to 1 HP too. Still, that was pretty cool. Oh, come on, Mary Sue, stop hogging the glory. This is Elrond's glorious death moment. Stop hogging it. And dead. And restart. But he did pretty well. So, those were the 2 failures I had. I had many more, but those were the only 2 that ended in interesting ways. So, this has been the Fail Channel. This episode of the Fail Channel brought to you by Ryan's Uncooperative Killer Bow. When 20% may as well be 0%. Right then, see you back in the actual chapter. Phew. And I only just realised this is actually the first chapter so far I am going to have to split into 3 parts. Yeah. So, oh boy, this is going to be a long one. Mostly due to the incessant reinforcements. See those 3 forts there? What I just did, I just passed the first spawn point. That is, like I said in the last part, these 3 forts. The moment you pass them, the first set of reinforcements will show up immediately after you end your turn. They don't actually come from these 3 forts though, but keep these 3 forts in mind because they'll be the source of reinforcements eventually. Now what I'm doing here is I'm blocking off the center of those 3 forts. There's a reason. See? Reinforcements. 2 Fire Dragons, and from the middle one, a Barbarian with a Tomahawk. Now, the reason I've blocked off the middle one is that Bast can survive 1 hit from the Fire Dragon, but if the Tomahawk guy hits him afterwards, he's dead. I found the only way to stop that from happening is, despite it costing me a lot of experience, the only way to stop that from happening was, in fact, just simply block the middle fort. But anyway, we've equipped our best weapon, so bring it on, Fire Dragons. Let's see what you got. Come on, Bast, critical. There we go. He didn't always do that, sadly, but it's awesome when he does. And the other guy is good for a level up for Narbal, actually. Wow, nice one. He's now max speed. And yes, the moment you cross the first trigger point, all these enemies up here move. That includes Daros and the Swordmaster, plus a whole bunch of Fire Dragons. You want to get to Daros and recruit him as soon as you can. Now, there was no hint before that he was recruitable. So, again, follow the age-old adage. When in doubt, talk with your main lord. In fact, that was how you recruited him in the original Shadow Dragon. But anyway, Daros, by the way, was not in the original Mystery of the Emblem. He was even cut from the its inbuilt remake of Shadow Dragon in Book 1. Oh, finally, now the Killer Bow crits. Yeah, that's annoying. I really don't like that Killer Bow. But anyway, right, now, I don't know whether Militia should go down there and heal those 3, or not. Right, now, if Narbal misses, this could get hairy, but fortunately he didn't. I have had him miss sometimes, and yeah, it's annoying. Anyway then, let's just put them on the forts for healing, and focus on healing these 3. Up on the forts here. Now, my first attempt at this, I rushed forward, taking out those 2 Fire Dragons, and then got marked Daros right now. That seemed like a good idea at the time, until I realised there were even more reinforcements coming. And rushing and killing these enemies was all well and good, but it left us battered and in range of the other reinforcements, and they finished us off. So what I decided to do instead was pull back, stay on these forts and play defensively. Finish off these enemies, recruit Daros, and once that's done, we'll have finished off these guys and be out of range of the next wave of reinforcements when they arrive. Now the next wave, I believe, is in fact triggered based on the turn count. Now, right here, I'm having us equip weaker weapons so as not to kill these enemies, because if we kill them, we might get attacked by 2 in 1 turn, and oh crap, it's Daros. Don't quit, don't quit, don't quit. Don't quit, don't quit, don't quit. Phew. Right, we're safe. Yeah, being a berserker going up against a killer weapon guy, yeah, not all that good. Yeah, and that Swordmaster's got 11 swords, you better want to watch out for that. Oh, another fire dragon, another bandit, another bandit. Right, now, speaking of bandits, in the original Mystery of the Emblem, the axe enemies you fought from the clans here, they were of a unique class called Barbarian. That's in fact the only class that bandits use in this game, and the class they are here. In this game, though, Barbarian is treated as an unpromoted class, basically the same as bandits were in the previous games. In the original Mystery, though, Barbarian was actually a very strong class. And in fact, it was pretty much a promoted version of the normal axe fighters, and it was pretty much the precursor to the modern series' Berserker class. Yeah, a lot of people half expected all the Barbarian Thieves Knaps to become Berserkers. They didn't. Later on, though, once we start seeing the really tough clansmen, they'll all be Berserkers. So yeah, they did get that right. Right, now we're recruiting Daros here. So interestingly enough, funnily enough, Daros seems to have gone back to his pirating ways and seems pretty depressed about it. But enough about that, let's see how he fares stat-wise. Oh, come on, if I can just get to him. Come on. Oh yeah, he's gonna need one of those. But anyway. There we go. Right, no, I'll just... Alright, screw it. How about some piratey music, me hearties? Daros be a scurvy sea dog who... Sorry, I thought I promised not to speak like that. Anyway, Daros is, well, a pre-promoted berserker in this game, and, well... In all honesty, he's not really that interesting. I mean, he's got great strength and HP, and his speed growth is pretty good too, but his skill really leaves something to be desired, and his bases, while alright, aren't fantastic for his level, but that's a common theme with pre-promotes. His base HP is pretty good though, and it actually helps him survive a bit in this chapter. He can actually do a pretty decent job of holding up a couple of enemies here, and a critical bonus is always nice, but, well... yeah. Sadly, Daros pretty much falls on the, more useless side of the pre-promotes in this game. Again, yeah, he's pretty much just another throwaway pre-promote, not really all that useful. I mean, pointless when you have people like Fast. So, I mean, yeah, there's not much else I have to say about him, really. But, I sort of have to keep talking until the awesome bit of music comes up. So, right, alright, here it is. So, free silver axe. That's about it, really. Still don't know what a pirate would be doing all the way out here, though. I mean, this is a freaking volcano. No idea how he ends up here. Then again, there is treasure to loot here, I'll give it that. Certainly. Anyway, just fighting off these guys, making sure to, not die. Sorry, I'm going weird today. And getting Elwyn a lot of his kills because he's been behind for quite a while. But he's actually not behind anymore. In fact, Vast and Narbar were actually, wow, do promoted units give that little at this point? Oh, I guess in comparison to dragons, everything looks tiny in terms of the experience it gives. So watch this, okay? Still what I get for this guy. 41. Not quite a level up, but that was certainly around 60-ish. A bit over 60. Yeah, that's pretty spectacular. And again, that's why you want anyone who's a little behind in levels participate here. Speaking of people who are behind in levels, though, Militia's certainly not behind in levels, and oh, I lost the physics staff. That is going to come back to bite me later, I know it. Now, here we go. This is the reason why I held back. Because you know what the one thing worse than Wyverns is? Wyvern reinforcements. I will admit I got lucky with my Pegasus Knights dodging here, but, well, that's actually because she's got Marth next to her for a support bonus. Oh, one more level and she'll be ready to promote. Very lucky. That could have ended very badly, actually. Whoa, Devil Axe. Wow, really lucky. Sheeta, since when did you start channeling Levin? Anyway, Fire Dragon, Wyvern, other Wyvern. Yeah. And this is why I held back, because if you go forward, I believe those reinforcements show up either on turn 7, as it says now, or 2 turns after you trigger the first wave. They definitely aren't related to crossing a point, because as you saw, we all stayed put. If you rush forward and kill those previous enemies, you'll get rid of all of them alright, but then you'll be in range of the Wyverns the moment they show up, and yeah, that's not good. As you can see there, they take about half your HP off, it's almost impossible to hide from them, and they will kill you, painfully. So, now we're going to kill them painfully. Again, didn't think they could make Wyverns worse, they did. Wyvern reinforcements. Reinforcements that can move and attack 12 spaces on the turn they show up. Oh, hi Devil Axe, I'm not going to use you. Rot in the convoy, please. You know what's even more annoying about Devil Axes? You can't sell them. Yes, they sell for 0 gold. Seems like the shopkeepers aren't fooled by them. Hey, 2 crits in a row with the killer bow, finally! Though, in this case, I didn't actually need it. But still, another Ryan level up, come on speed, come on. As you'll see in the next few chapters, my Ryan is getting a little bit speed screwed. If worse comes to worse, I may even have to use speed wings on it. I don't know, it'll probably be enough for him to double stuff eventually though, because as you'll see, once he promotes, and believe me, that'll be soon. Hey, there we go, another critical. This one was good, wasn't necessary. Bye-bye, Wyvern, you will not be missed. And Elwood is really getting up there. Oh well, he's getting speed. He's getting pretty fast, actually. But his luck is pretty damn low, so he's got to watch out for being critted. Oh boy, I just remembered. That's going to foreshadow something that's going to happen in the next part. Not the next part, the next chapter. Oh, man, that was annoying. Yeah, the next chapter was pretty annoying, just like this one. Really, really annoying. But as I was talking about, promotions. We're going to be seeing some promotions pretty soon. And with this guy gone, again, Sheeta, since when did you start channeling Levin? What, was that like, what, 5 dodges in a row? I've lost count. And Sheeta is ready. Sheeta is ready. Level 20, baby. Actually, she's our first one to get there, apart from Militia, but I could promote her now if I wanted, but I decided to save on my Master Seals. Turns out that was a good decision, because if I did promote her, I would have been down one Master Seal for the rest of my characters who really desperately need promotions. And I'd kind of rather promote an actual fighter than a healer, because, you know, they're going to be the ones doing the more leveling up. And plus, I'm probably not going to use Militia very much in the long run, so, yeah. Now, good thing I brought that Levin sword. And good thing Mary Sue was a +1 magic thing, but anyway. Alright, Daros, you're going to run and hide. Yeah, we're not really going to be using you much. Now, also, just to warn you, anyone who wants to hide, you better run back to the starting point as fast as you can. Because there's going to be even more reinforcements, and let me just tell you, nowhere is safe. Nowhere is safe. I'll say that again, with Wyvern reinforcements, nowhere is safe. Fortunately, it's going to be quite a while until our next set of reinforcements come. Our next trigger point is right up the top, just past those 3 forts. I'll show you when we get to it. For the moment, though, we're going to prepare, because, well, yeah. More reinforcements are going to be coming from these 3 forts. Yep, they had their turn as a trigger point, now they're going to be a spawn point. So, watch these 3 forts, and some pretty nasty reinforcements will come out of them. So for the time being, we're just going to lure this one last dragon, get some experience for those who need it, and keep those two back there. I had expected more reinforcements would actually come from those forts behind us, but they didn't. So those three ended up being pretty under-leveled. I thought they'd get much more level ups because I expected another unnecessary crit, but still pretty cool. Again, I expected, you know, more reinforcements to be coming from there. So I really misjudged the reinforcements in this chapter, and it cost me dearly, as you saw before. Fortunately though, we've got a bit of a breather before the next set of reinforcements comes. They won't trigger until we've crossed a point right up north of the map. So we can pretty much just take our time, relax, get ready, and don't cross that fort on the left-hand side of the next set of 3 up. Once you cross that fort and head towards, essentially in the direction of the castle, once you pass there, the next wave of reinforcements triggers, and they are a tough one. But first, Sheeta's the first one to hit level 20, and I just found an Elysian Whip in the last map, so what? Falcoknight is a special promotion. I'm not allowed to give it its own special promotion theme. Anyway, about Falcoknight. Falcoknight, like I said, is a little special. Pegasus Knights can promote to Falcoknights in this game, but only if they use an Elysian Whip to promote, as opposed to a Master Seal. Master Seal will turn them into a Draco Knight, and that was the case in the original Mystery of the Emblem and FE1 as well. Yes, Pegasi promoted into Wyverns for some reason in the original game. But yeah, again, I've gone over the issue of this before. With Sheeta, it's pretty much a no-brainer. Falcoknight suits her so much more. And again, back in Shadow Dragon, the only way you could actually get someone to promote to Falcoknight was via the online shop, because that was the only place you could buy Elysian Whips. Now, you can find exactly three throughout the main story, so there'll always be one Pegasus Knight who has to go Draco, who misses out on the whole Falcoknight thing. Then again, Paola, I argue, is probably best as a Draco Knight anyway, because she needs the highest strength, so then again, it's not that huge of a loss. Falcoknight, yeah, it's an alright class, but I mean, it does have its problems compared to other games in the series. Mostly the fact that, well, you know, that speed cap is a little lower than it should be, really, in all honesty. I mean, 26 is better than it was in Shadow Dragon, it was 25 there, but still, I mean, that's only equal to a hero. Heroes still get doubled by the lunatic final boss, so, that's a bit of a problem. But regardless, I still think it suits Sheeta more, so I'm going to promote her to that. In fact, part of the reason I'm actually using Sheeta is just so I can show off the Falcoknight class. In fact, this is my first time ever using a Falcoknight in the DS game. So, yeah, I don't know, I suppose wish me luck. I hope it'll be awesome. But basically, yeah, Falcoknights are pretty much what they are in other games in the series. They specialise in speed and more along the lines of dodging, and they can use swords. Draco Knights can use axes as well as lances. Anyway, now there's a couple of Wyverns up here, but they're not actually going to move until we trip the next reinforcement spawn trigger. And by the time we do, we're going to want to keep Fina well away of these lower two forts. Because something nasty and annoying is going to come out of them. And we're not going to like it. No, sir, we're not going to like it. And again, we can just see Sheeta's newfound class. And yeah, funnily enough, she was our first promotion. I'm actually kind of lucky I was using her because it means that I get to save on Master Seals. That's another benefit of Elysian Whips. But yeah, again, first promotion. Didn't quite expect that. More will come. Certainly more will come. In my first attempt, I actually promoted Militia here, but after that dismal failure, I kind of thought, oh, wait a minute. I want to save my Master Seals for the characters who actually really need them. We'll be getting another Master Seal at the end of this chapter, but until then, yeah. Yeah, next chapter, promotions aplenty. Massive promotions aplenty. But first, we're going to have to get through this one, and we're going to have to survive one more wave of reinforcements and a lot of fire dragons. Yeah, they're all going to come to us at the time we trip the next trigger point, and that's going to be painful. So, see you next time, but fortunately, there'll be something good next time too, as we are going to complete our collection of something you probably know what it is, but yeah. So next time, good and bad, basically. See you then.